Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead with a tea break. Now, I haven't been well for the last week. I've been in a lot of chronic pain, and we've had some damp weather. And even though I take medication for depression, you still get blindsided from it. Okay? Because guess what? Even when your depression meds are making you feel normal on a regular basis, even normal people get depressed now and again, right? So, yeah, I'm far from normal, I know that. So, it's been a rough week. It's been a pain-filled week, mentally, emotionally, physically. And then last night, I have no idea why, but my stomach started acting up. And so in just these last 48 hours, I've probably spent 35 of them in bed. So, I mean, a lot of you are going to see a lot of my TikToks because I've just been having fun with TikTok. It's 30 seconds to a minute long, and I get a lot of joy out of TikTok. It feels like YouTube the way it used to be, only on a shorter scale. I mean, you get to scroll past all the stuff you don't want, and you can have fun. And that's basically all it is fun. But there's not going to be a lot of videos upcoming this week, only because I'm going to be quilting and I'm looking after baby plants. I might do a cooking video here and there. I might do a garden update. I might do, stuff. And I know nobody's waiting with bated breath for my next video. I understand that, but I also know that you guys like to be kept in the loop if you're not going to see me for a day or two. You may not. I don't know. It all depends on how I feel. But I'm going to be taking some more time for myself because the world is about to blow up in my face when it comes to gardening and my swimming pool and summertime stuff and the heat, right? So I'm going to take this last little bit of cool weather and rest my bones, maybe do a cooking video, maybe not, but that's what's going on, right? So this is for the folks who don't want to be a part or come into my live stream tomorrow, because there's a lot of people who can't stand my live streams, and that's fine. You do you. But this is the tea break for the people who want to be kept in the loop. All right. It's really weird. Ontario's going, as of midnight tomorrow night, is going on a province-wide lockdown. And it boggles the mind how people treat the seriousness or lack thereof of what's going on in our world right now. If Ontario is going on a province-wide lockdown, that means my husband has to have paperwork to go to work because he works in Ottawa and we live in Quebec. But what baffles my mind is the total amount of Ontario cars that I saw on the highway this morning. I went to Brennan's Hill to get some cash out of the machine to pay a friend for plowing my snow. And I went from home to the store to my friend's house to back. I'm telling you, the whole loop wasn't 25 kilometers, right? And I saw over 25 Ontario plates going to and from north of us. And I don't understand. What is the difference between a province-wide lockdown at midnight tomorrow and today? Why? Right? Why are they... all I know is that the Ontario police are going to be manning the borders, and you won't be able to get into Ontario unless you have a valid reason, like you work there, right? But why are all these Ontario plates going up to their Quebec cottages? Like, I don't understand. Doesn't lockdown province-wide mean you stay home in your own province? There's a stay-at-home order coming to all of Ontario. and yet it's like they're fleeing rats from a sinking ship or something. Guys, stay at home means stay at home. It's for everybody. Okay? It's crazy. Let me ask you something. Look at Australia and New Zealand. They're doing concerts and soccer games and everything. Why? Because they had a countrywide lockdown where everybody was, I don't know how they did it. But for instance, let me ask you this. If staying at home for a month and not being in contact with anybody else, if you can't wear a mask, and then stay away from other people, if a lockdown keeping everybody apart for a month would cure COVID, then why the hell aren't people listening? Right? Like, what if our country decides, okay, you know what? Because our country is kind of locked down, right? But what if our country decides, okay, everybody has to stay home for a month. And this is how we're going to handle it. We're going to make sure that you get to go. No clearing the shelves at Costco, but we're going to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to get what they need to stay home for 1 month. The government, well, they're throwing money all over the place anyway, so they're going to pay everybody's wages, and everybody's going to stay home, and everybody's got enough. And we're all going to keep contact on internet and all that stuff. If doing that for 1 month and the government allowing us to get prepared for that lockdown could cure COVID in our country, would you do it? This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, does anybody know what anybody's doing? Like, does anybody know the correct way to do this? Take care. God bless.